Okay, David, talk to me about what this winds. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? If you take a look at sterling, it's weaker.
Yeah.
But how are you thinking about it?
Well, I mean, she's been forced to do these changes, and obviously the intimation at the moment is that they're not going to change the bigger beasts in the cabinet in terms of the Chancellor, the Foreign Secretary, and so forth, and also David Davis and Amber Rudd continue with their roles. But at the end of the day, she has to, sort of plan for her successor. It's still unclear whether she'll be the Prime Minister of the UK going into the next general election, which has to be probably contested in 2022.
Is it? Who's going to want that job?
Well, I mean, once the Brexit thing is signed, sealed, delivered, in theory, the Tories may want a new leader on the block. And also, she has to bring in new blood to try and improve the Tories' standing against Labour, because obviously at the moment, Labour aren't doing as well in the polls as probably they should be. But if they get a coherent message around Brexit, the concern for Theresa May's government is that Labour could form the next government itself. So she has to put this thing into play. So bring in new blood, a more diverse cabinet, a younger cabinet, a cabinet that could potentially bring forward a new David Cameron for the Tory party, before she actually leaves. I mean, I think that's part of the game plan here, but it's obviously been forced on her by obviously David Green's resignation.
And does that offer the prospect, at least, for broadening the base among the constituency, actually, so she can gain more popularity? And would that strengthen her hand in the Brexit if, in fact, she appeared stronger to the European side?
Absolutely. I mean, it's also worth noting that the EU 27 don't want anyone else as Prime Minister of the UK at the moment. So they would be very happy with a sort of strengthened UK government that can negotiate. I mean, depending on who she brings in, I mean, the argument here is that for every Eurosceptic or sort of person who wanted the UK to leave the EU who's leaving the cabinet will have to be replaced with someone with the same views. So that will be also interesting. The market will focus on that. But at the end of the day, I think it's all about succession planning and trying to strengthen the Tories' position against Labour. Because, as I say, if Labour got a consistent message on Brexit, if they came out with a very consistent soft Brexit story, and that sold it to the electorate, then they could easily form the next government in the UK.